All right. Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Gridiron Uncensored podcast. Trev, it's good to be back. I know it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
It's the off season, and
it's the off season, and it's also cold and flu season. And I promise you, Gridiron Uncensored is not immune to the good old flu.
Yeah, I had something funky, and you can kind of tell my voice is maybe a little more raspy tonight. Yeah. But to try and make it, I know last year we had that stretch of like 2 months where I sounded like I was smoking 2 packs a day. But I'm trying to, not let you guys deal with that this go around.
That's right. That's right.
That's why we took a little extra time off. But we're going to hit some of the topics that have kind of been hot points over the last couple of weeks, the college football world and Twitterverse. And so, Trev, we're going to lean in. We're going to talk about some of the top players that didn't enter the draft. We're going to talk about our way too early top 10. We know it's a long time from spring ball and everything else, but we're going to drop them. And then we're going to talk a little about Mensah, a little bit about the tampering scandal going on with Ole Miss, and then a little bit of mailbag action.
And a little bit of mailbag.
We love the mailbag.
And don't forget, everybody, pop in Facebook Live, YouTube, and on X, and jump in on the comments. People on X, if you're watching and you want to jump in on chat, that's fine. Just know that our replies, we cannot reply to you through X on the chat.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know
why. Platform that we got going on here.
But I'll try to scan it on here too. So if you're on there, we'll get
shoot some comments, shoot some questions, have some opinions. We love to hear them.
Let's hear them. Well, let's go ahead and start, Trevor, and just jump in on kind of the top players returning, and that feeds into why maybe some of these teams are our top 10 way too early. And I mean, I think the clear one was Dante Moore, Trev. I know you kind of have it broken down positionally.
I did pick a player per position because there are a few. Honestly, I feel like there's probably about Big Ten has 2 or 3 quarterbacks that you could say that skipped the draft and stayed in, and there's a few in the Big 12 and SEC that also are sticking around. So it's pick your poison, really. But I would say Dante Moore is the biggest name that everybody would probably recognize as the person that was slated as a top 10 pick and stayed.
Yeah, I mean, with the way that NIL is now, it just makes sense for some of these guys to stay and continue to develop and not get forced into a bad NFL situation either. And this is something, Trevor, that I kind of think helps both leagues. We've seen so many young quarterbacks jump in at, as juniors that probably shouldn't have. And then they go in, they're thrust into a starting position in the NFL. And then they have a rough first season. Everybody says they're trash. They suck. They're never good. All these bullshit fallacies come out. But no, the dude just needs time. You used to have guys waiting for years in the NFL behind proven starters.
Yep.
And now everybody's like, well, I just drafted him first.
It's a win now NFL. And a lot of the youngsters that are leaving college. I mean, Brendan, some of them are leaving after their redshirt sophomore year, which is essentially a third season in NCAA. They're eligible for the draft as a redshirt sophomore.
That's right.
So, and I'll tell you, I completely agree with you. Like, a lot of these guys' bodies aren't physically ready to literally go up against men.
Yeah.
While the college game is great and there's a lot of players, it's nowhere near as concentrated of talent in just that small of a pool. Right. Like, you're playing against the best of the best that play, and a lot of them are playing for 10 years. doing the same thing. So
yeah, it just makes sense to me, and I think it's good for both leagues. You keep the talent, like top end talent for Oregon. Now you didn't have to go searching for the portal. You didn't have to go. You already know what you got, and now you can focus on trying to make another natty push. And that's something that's good, I think, for the league, for the top teams. And I think it's good for the NFL to play with what you already got. So like now Mendoza, he's in the draft. He's going to get – I want to see what the battle is for him and maybe the trades and stuff.
It's going to be an interesting draft. It'll be an interesting draft day for sure for him. So I kind of went a different way. Is that I know obviously Dante Moore is the biggest talking point, but I felt that while he was eligible for the draft, I think that Mateer is actually probably going to turn out to be one of the more surprising comeback because he had the injury and there was a lot of question marks, a lot of things, but I don't know how everybody else felt about him. I thought he was poised to potentially make Oklahoma like legit.
Yeah, and I mean, he does have a couple of turnover problems, but outside of that, the dude's a gamer.
He's a gamer,
and he tried. He kind of had to be the offense.
Yep.
They struggled at times on the ground, and he had to try and force things. And Oklahoma did go out, and we'll talk about them later. And got some support. So maybe this is a huge year for him to come back, like you said. And he's staying at Oklahoma. That's a good pick, Trevor. I like that one. And he's able to run. He's shifty. He's tough. That's a good pick. A couple of the other quarterbacks, Sorsby, obviously another big one, going from Tech, going down to Tech. And then Byron Brown is one that I put coming up from USF to Auburn. He was draft eligible, but staying another season, I think it's important for him and seeing how he can do. I know USF they play solid teams, or I like the American Conference, but playing in the SEC and showing what you got at Auburn, who needs the help, that's a big one. And then obviously Arch Manning. I don't know if you had any others, but I know everybody said, "Oh, he's drafted. He should go."
Yeah. I mean, Arch Manning. He was there, and I was well aware of it, but I was not going to pander anymore to the Manning craze that's going on.
He needs to stay in college another year. Okay,
at least I would prefer him to stay until he graduates and like redshirt senior. That guy just needs to develop more.
Yeah.
Not maturity wise, because I feel like he's very mature as far as handling the media and things like that. But understanding, seeing all of the whole field, I think he's not there. He's not even close to there yet.
Yeah. We'll talk about him more later.
Yeah.
In Texas too. Other players, I mean, if you want to go ahead, Trevor, go on to the next one.
I'll just rattle off some of these players.
Mine's a conglomeration of names.
My name, man, I'll tell you what, it's kind of a little all over the place, but so I already talked about John Mateer. Yeah. This one's gonna make people laugh. It made me laugh when I wrote it down. Danny Scudero. That he went over to college. He's over in Colorado now.
Hey,
he is a productive wide receiver. He's very well thought of throughout the college football world, and I think that it was actually pretty noteworthy that he stayed in college because there was a lot of people that thought very highly of him. This is the biggest one in my whole list, in my opinion. The best offensive lineman in the Big Ten, Carter Smith of Indiana, returning for another season is huge, I think, for Indiana.
Absolutely.
Let's see. I got two D linemen. I have Amari Washington from Oregon, D lineman, and then Damian Wilson from Miami. Damon Wilson, not Damian, but Damon Wilson, an edge rusher over in Miami. And then last
huge
but not
pickup for them.
Yeah, huge. And last but not least, Cam Cook. From West Virginia.
Yeah,
at West Virginia.
Yeah, he's a big one staying in. He's one that people were talking about, entering the draft as well. All these guys were. Yeah. So running back was I put Justice Haynes in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
He should be in there for sure.
I mean, just electric back. I wish he had stayed at Michigan. I know the money in whatever he wants to be the main guy, and he probably still would have been. But Michigan's got a pretty solid backfield.
He'll definitely be the main guy at Tech.
Georgia Tech's going to love him, and I think he would have killed it probably in that first year of the league. Just how shifty and at the speed he's got. Yep. Linebacker was Rasheem Biles. He's coming from Pitt. He's transferred. I thought he's somebody that could have jumped into the draft this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about was Jaden Maeva at USC.
Yes, he was definitely somebody that I thought about putting, but I was just like, I don't know, like, because a lot of his season last year I felt was met with, I guess, maybe a little unfair criticism considering how overall the team was playing.
Yeah.
Not just him, but overall the offensive line, the defense, everything. It was just not a great overall season for USC. But yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was an interesting one for him returning. And actually, I'm really high on USC this year.
That we're waiting to see what they did this season, and now they've still got good pieces. We'll see if they can make that step. Exactly. Trevor, I mean, that's, again, guys, if you have guys that decided not to enter the draft,
maybe some ones from your hometown team that you want to mention that could have or was thought of to be in the top 2 rounds that decided to stay. Throw them in the chat. Send them in to make a comment on YouTube or on Facebook. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we love that stuff. We will respond, of course. I mean, that all this leads into these guys coming back, big time players. Trevor, it leads us into our way too early top 10. And we'll make a graphic for it. We'll blast it out on the net so it can get chewed apart. And I know Barbara's gonna hate mine. Sorry, Barbara. We love you, but Trevor, we were talking about starting off with the top 2 out. Do you want to go first? Do you want to, or do you want?
Yeah, I can go with my first 2 out, and I'm gonna love saying it.
So
Barbara,
again,
you're gonna
early
love me.
top 10, first 2 out. So 11. This would be our top 11 and 12 right here.
Yep. So at number 12, I have Notre Dame.
Okay. You're gonna be shocked at my.
I bet I am, and I'm probably gonna get mad at you.
Probably very much. So.
And then at number 11, I have LSU.
Okay. Yeah, those are good picks. They've got a lot going on. New coaching staff for LSU, Notre Dame.
There's a lot of position. Like, I just feel like LSU, with all the turmoil that they went through, plus the roster turnover that they had to go through, because there was a lot that came in, plus there was a lot that went out.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing for them, but I've got them a little bit higher.
Yeah, sure.
On my list. For my number 12, I have Michigan. Okay. I think with the new coaching staff and the way they were able to retain the talent on the team, they got some key pieces in the portal. I think you'll see also a dedicated quarterback coach for Bryce Underwood. For the love of God, maybe they'll work in their work out there. So I've got them at 12, and I flip flop. But for the 11, 12, and 13, I had BYU close. They're at number 13 for me, but I've got OU at 11. And I think Oklahoma with Mateer coming back and a strong defense like they had this year, I think that's something that Venables is going to keep churning out. I've got them sitting right out on the edge there at 10 or at 11, excuse me.
Okay. So so mine is to recap, Notre Dame and LSU. And Brendan's is Michigan and OU at the 11 and 12 spot.
Yeah. I'm curious your number 10.
All right. My number 10 is actually pretty close to your 11, and that's the OU Sooners.
Okay.
Oklahoma Sooners at number 10 for me. Like you said, Mateer's coming back. They've added a lot of good pieces, depth pieces defensively, and I feel like they're poised to have another at least solid season. I don't know if it's going to be top 10 by the end of the season, but I think at the beginning of the season, with their schedule the way it is, where they have to play Michigan week 2, and then they have to go through the SEC schedule. If they manage to get 10 wins this season, they are in the play. They're more than likely going to be in the playoff.
Yeah,
So
and
I think that they have potential to really do damage this season.
And I've seen too, Trevor, just for clarification on mine, like this isn't where I think the teams are going to be at the end of the 2026
No,
season. I've seen
neither
some
is
people do
mine.
that, which is cool. Like if that's how you want to do your thing. From this to me is just what we're seeing in this off season, preseason, who we think is going to start in that spot, who we think has the best rosters, etc., best coaching staff.
This is before a game has been played. This is not taking last year into account. That is only taking in what they are bringing into the season this year.
Yeah,
and really, this is just our best thoughts on where these teams should be. In my
just
opinions.
When the gun fires at the start of the season, is kind of where we think. So my 10 is Texas A&M.
Okay,
I think there's still a strong program. They had a solid portal class. They got some pieces in to help there. Reed comes back, and this one where he had a really solid season. Like there was even moments that he was in the Heisman talk. But when it comes down to it, I still think he's got more room to develop. So that's why I've got them at 10. I don't have them any higher, but I do like what the coaching staff there is doing. And Trev, my number 9 is Texas Tech.
Okay.
Again, they're bringing in Sorsby.
I get it.
I think he's a good quarterback. I want to see how he does, in this new realm. But they've killed it in the portal again, 9th class. So I mean, there's a ton of room for this team to go forward. Yep. What are you thinking at number 9?
And my number 9 is where I'm not looking forward to hearing the comments. So at my number 9 is Michigan, the Michigan Wolverines.
Oh, he's a hater. He's a no.
Homer, you fucking homer.
No, what I mean, a hater. He's a homer. Jesus. No, I was reading Colton stuff, and a hater's just in my mind.
Yeah,
generational. But sorry, he's a homer.
I just like what they've done this offseason with Whittingham coming in, and with everything, with all of the bullshit that's happened with Michigan and all the positivity that's happened since then. Yeah. I just think that they are poised as a roster and as a team to just, I don't know, I guess galvanize around each other. Yeah. And it almost feels, and this is not taken away from any teams prior, this almost feels like all the hatred, like the discounting of Michigan prior to the first year after COVID, when they got off the beat, with Hutchinson and everybody, and they finally beat Ohio State, and they took that one step, and then they take the next step, and then the Natty. So I just feel like we're starting over again, and I feel like they are in that realm where it's going to be the team, family, atmosphere, and just playing for each other type of thing. I just think that's where it's
and I think Witt's perfect for that, and building that culture, and also the recruiting class being able to still sign 3 5-stars with the coaching change that late in the cycle. I know money talks, but still it does, you have to have connections, and you have to have some sort of support there. So no, I don't think that's wrong to have Michigan in that top area. It is a tough schedule, but we're not projecting. We're just saying this is where we think these teams' rosters fit in. Colton, real quick, I do think Tech has every opportunity to win the Big 12. I mean, they should be the front runner right out of the gate with the way that they've recruited, the way that they're building their rosters. They're to me a top.
Yeah, and speaking of Texas Tech, and that's why I have them at the number 8 spot.
Yeah,
that's where I have them right now, slated. That with, like you said, with the Sorsby, with everything that they got going on, with all the money that they're throwing at this roster, again,
yeah,
it's just like they're all in on the football program right now. They want to become a power in the day and age where money is power.
Yeah,
and unfortunately for a lot of the Texas schools, not talking about Texas A&M and the Longhorns, Texas Tech, I mean, they got a lot of money to throw around.
Yeah. And I'll say, even I know we talk about Texas Tech and money, it's just because it's so visible. And it's not a traditional team we're seeing, you
don't expect it. You don't necessarily expect it from Texas Tech.
Right. Other people are paying the same amount that these guys are. Yes. It's not just Texas Tech, but it's just seeing them step up like, hey, we've got the money to do it. We can do it now, like everybody else.
Yep.
We're going to do it, and we're going hard. And they went D linemen. They got wide receivers, interior linemen. They went and had a solid portal class again. So, no, I think they're a good pick for it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. My number 8 is LSU, and this is where I think you're going to see them really take that step forward that everybody's waiting for them to do with Brian Kelly. I almost forgot his name, Mr. Irrelevant. Imagine going from what he had and then getting run out of Baton Rouge. It's just crazy. But LSU, they come in 40 commits in the portal on top of recruiting classes. They've got Levitt coming in at quarterback. I like him a lot. He's very talented. I know he had an injury last year, and it sounds like he'll be good, after spring ball to like fully healthy. He's going to do some things during spring. I just think this team is poised to finally show what they used to be. And I don't know how far Lane will take him. He's never been in the playoffs. I have to say
I think Levitt's going to shit the fucking bed.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do think he's going to shit the bed. He gets all that money, and he's going to get all that fucking – never mind. He's going to get a lot of things because of all that money, and he's going to shit the bed because he's, was originally he wasn't originally recruited by LSU or even Arizona State. He was recruited by Michigan State, folks.
The lowly Spartans.
I'm just saying, like – it was a long road to get to LSU for Levitt. And the only reason Levitt is as good as he is, in my opinion, is because of Whittingham and the way he coaches and the way he taught him how to be a quarterback.
Dillingham.
Dillingham. I mean,
I know. I get it. I know.
Whatever.
Just
you know what I meant
for the clowns on here because they'll say something. Oh, you said Whittingham. You don't know ball. Dude, the fucking names are basically the same. Okay,
it's basically Dilly. I meant Dilly. That's it. His name's Dilly from now on.
That's right. But I know what you mean. Yes,
but you know what I mean. But
it was huge. He did so great with Levitt and training him and teaching him. And I know Michigan State fans were sick when he left, and seeing how good he did at ASU. So we'll see what he does with Lane. I mean, Lane. We know Lane's offensively, very gifted, and he can do strong things with quarterbacks. It's just, I don't know. We'll see how it is.
Speaking of quarterbacks, my number 7 is the Miami Hurricanes.
Okay, yeah, and that'll be another topic of conversation.
We'll be on that one here in a minute. But no, with Mensah coming into Miami, I think it puts them right back in it. Of course,
absolutely.
With an experienced quarterback, well, somewhat experienced. I mean, he was at Duke, so I mean, he didn't experience much.
Hey, he tore it up though. I'll tell you that.
He did. He did good. I digress. But no, I think with Miami, the receiving core and the talent they have, the explosiveness that they have, plus the recruiting class that's coming in, and some of the transfer talent that they have coming in, I just think they're reloading, and I fully expect them to be in the playoff again. I don't see a fall off happening unless Mensah shits the bed like every quarterback that goes through Florida State does when they transfer there. But like I don't foresee Mensah doing that. I feel like he's going to pick up where he left off at Duke and just take it to a next level.
And really, Miami going through this and finally getting him, I was waiting, like, I'm wondering where is, if he doesn't get this ability to transfer there, where am I putting Miami? Because without a quarterback, which they didn't have one, they would have been screwed. Right. So they had to have Mensah commit.
Right.
And that's probably, I don't know what the final settlement on that was, but
they never made it public, at least I'm aware of.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good for both parties. But no, at my number 7, I've got Indiana. I think they deserve benefit of the doubt considering what they've done with Signetti and just their ability to bring in portal class. The
transfers that they brought in has been amazing. I feel like they fit.
You got Josh Hoover coming up who can sling the ball. He does. I think he's got a turnover issue compared to what we saw with Mendoza, but he doesn't have to play hero here. I don't think. I think he can be a safer, smarter quarterback with this system. Excuse me. And I think this is going to be a good spot for them to start off. And we know the talent's growing for them. We'll see where Cignetti can take them this season, coming off of that natty. So that's my 7. Who do you got? 7? You said, what was your 7?
My 7 was Miami.
Miami, that's right. Number 6.
6. Yeah.
I've got Texas sitting at 6.
Okay. All right.
And Arch is coming back. They've had a strong portal class. They stole a strong player from Alabama. I know the Bama fans weren't happy about that one. The running back coming over. But I think Texas has the ability, with how Arch ended the season, to make a push. But again, I can't put them any higher until I see Arch do it in the full picture, as opposed to the last few games against. Now, he did play well against Texas A&M. The Michigan game, he had a strong fourth quarter, especially. But I mean, we're Michigan fans. The way that defense played and the way they were coached, I don't know. The whole thing was a shit show.
Yes, it was.
What do you think, Trev?
I don't mind the Texas pick. I mean, it makes sense to me. But I mean, I am picking a Texas team for number 6. It's just not Texas.
Yeah.
I got Texas A&M as Brendan tries not to die over here.
My throat's like, God dang, I need some water. Nope, you're gonna get some Maker's Mark to lube that thing up. Maker's
Mark. I got Arnold Palmer over here.
Oh, hold on now. But no, I like Texas A&M up there too. I think I could have easily put them higher.
I just like that Marcel Reed's coming back. I think that he's going to be looking for a bounce back year where he kind of let the wheels fall off a bit. And
in the end, especially the playoffs and the Texas game.
Yeah.
Let's see him take that next step.
Yeah, it's time to put up or shut up and actually show up when the game matters and clutch times and finish games, especially the more important games. Yeah. We saw him finish off lesser opponents. Now we need to see you finish off the elites that you're going to be going up against.
Yeah, absolutely. So Texas schools rolling in at 6 for us. Trev, number 5. I've got Ohio State.
I love that.
I know Buckeye fans are going to be pissed. Why aren't we number 1? I don't see it right now. It's a top 5. Jeez, oh Pete, guys, it's not like the world's falling apart.
And again, let's just remind it for the Ohio State fans. This is just where we think the rosters are at the moment.
Way too early.
The way you are going to finish the season.
Yeah, and like
we're saying it slower for you, just to be clear.
They had a solid portal class, getting some defensive players in that they much needed. That support after losing guys to the draft, and also they dealt with a ton of transfers themselves. So I want to see how this team does with that. Losing coordinator, and doing that. They did just go out and hire a new coordinator from the NFL. Forget his name at the moment. But I just want to see how the team comes together. Top 5, I think, is a very fine spot for Ohio State. Julian Sands back. I want to see him do better in the biggest moments, kind of like what we said with Marcel Reed. And like this offense last year, when they played the best defenses, they struggled on offense. I know
they did.
Jeremiah Smith still got his, and you still just chuck it up, and old boy's down there somewhere. He's going to eat no matter what. He's that elite. But still, you have to score points. And that was a struggle for them in some of those big games.
Right.
So that's just something I want to see from improvement.
That was your 5. Ohio State's number 5 for you. I have Indiana at 5.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're really close on it for the most part. And I just like the transfers that they've gotten. Like I know the quarterback from TCU, he's may or may not have turnover issues, but I honestly think that Nick Cignetti is going to make him work like a dog to fix those issues and make sure that he understands what reads to make and when to make them, type of thing. I just think that between the offensive coordinator, Cignetti, and their quarterback coach, I truly believe they were going to have him ready to play all of the games. that are needed and make all the right decisions.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. I had to pull this up from Colton as there's gonna be some angry comments if they get a hold of this. They call him the lunatic fringe for a reason, and that's from Ohio State fans. Okay, calling him that. So moving up, my number 4 is Miami, Trev, and that's where I think they've reloaded enough to be right back in it.
All right.
Right in that top echelon. The way they finished was strong. And then I know they lost the title, but still it was a hell of a game. You pretty much reload your losses. Bain's tough, Messidor's tough to replace, but you guys went out, got some good pieces on the D line that Trevor mentioned earlier in the one of the earlier segments. I just think Miami's going to be poised with Mensah to take that step and get right back into the top of the ACC and playoff race. So that's my number 4. What was your 4, Trevor?
My number 4 is Tejas.
There, okay,
Texas.
All right, a little more faith in the Manning.
I have a little bit more faith in Manning this year, second time around. Like has a full season underneath his belt, has some actual tape that he can watch on his own game. And that he can learn from a lot. Yeah. There's a lot to learn off of last season for him.
Absolutely.
This is kind of a make or break year for, I think, Arch Manning, because if you cannot show active growth from last season to this season, not making the same mistakes you were making from the season before.
Yeah.
But if you are, just because your last name is Manning does not guarantee you anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, it shouldn't. It does in some people's minds. It doesn't in mine, because if you can't learn from your mistakes and grow from them and be better for it the following season, then what are we trying? What are we even doing?
I say it might guarantee you things on paper, but it doesn't guarantee you shit on the field.
That's right.
You still got to be the one that gets out there and do it. So that's why when you said that, I was like, yeah, absolutely, because you have to still do it. You have to be. It doesn't matter what your last name is. You got to get out there and show us what you're made of. That's Some people, will anoint you whatever already, but I want to see it some more. Show me more, and I'll buy in.
All right, but number 3,
I got Oregon.
You have
Oregon at number 3.
Okay,
and this is where.
See, now I'm starting to get curious, because I'm like, okay, I'm doing the math in my. Yeah. I'm like, who the hell does he have?
Yeah, you're not gonna like it neither. I'll tell you. But no, I got Oregon at number 3. I think a lot of you could flip flop any of the top 3, to be honest with you, for mine. I just, Dante Moore coming back. They've had a good portal class. It's not elite or great, but it fills the needs. They recruit well. And Dan Lanning.
Wait a minute.
What?
I haven't heard you say Notre Dame, have I?
No, you haven't. Now, that could mean multiple things. They could have been number 14. They could be even higher. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. I just had an epiphany. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm keeping my secrets just like Gandalf here. All right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Listen, so Oregon, I like what they got. Dan Lanning, and they have this trajectory where they made the Big Ten championship game, and then they get blown out in the playoffs. This year, they get a little further in the playoffs and get blown out. That just means next year they're going to the Natty, and they're going to get their ass waxed there. So I have to keep them in the top 3. But what's your number 3?
My UGA. You're welcome, Brett. Bravo. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Georgia.
I'm showing love. UGA. I just think that they are probably going to be cooking a little bit as far as like wanting to get back to where they were, because I know that there's no way that they got the result that they were looking for last season. No. So
they're not happy with how it ended. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Yes.
And they're my number 2. And that's where I think, Stockton coming back, I still think he's got room to grow. But I do like him on some of his game. I like some of his fundamentals.
Right.
I do think that he can take another step, especially with the talent again that's still there. And they're still Georgia. They've still got Kirby Smart. They're going to be in the top. They recruit so well. You don't 100%. Have to have the number 1 portal class to be good. Trust me. Michigan won a national title without getting the number one transfer class. Ohio State the same way. Small classes sometimes they're fine, and that's where Georgia's at with 9 commits in the 32nd class. But they got guys that they need. So I think that's why I've got them at number 2. Trev, who's your 2?
Ohio State.
I mean, it's hard not to put them.
It's hard not to put them there. One, because they have a returning pretty decent quarterback.
Yeah.
Plus the talent they have around them. I don't like it that I have them there, and I think that they are one of the teams, in my opinion. Their schedule, I think that they are suspect this year to potentially lose 3 games.
That schedule is no joke.
No joke for Ohio State.
We will have episodes about schedules and all this stuff in the future, but offhand, early, they've got, to me, the hardest schedule in the Big Ten, and Michigan right behind them. I mean, they're
Michigan and Ohio State definitely have 2 of the toughest schedules in the Big Ten, bar none.
And that's that. Go look at it. It's not easy. Wisconsin finally takes a breath. They're like, hold on.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not us anymore. Let them have it.
That's right. That's right.
But no, the only reason I had them back was, again, they lost some players in the portal, depth wise, and then I want to see how the new coordinator is. But again, top 5 for me, number 2 for Trev.
Yep.
Who's your number 1? Because I'm trying to think.
Who's your number 2?
Mine was
no,
Georgia.
you already said.
Yeah,
mine
was Georgia.
Well, I haven't said them yet.
I'm trying to think
who haven't I said?
I'm trying to look through teams that I think we've all covered about the same. I don't know. I'm lost. Oh, Oregon. Jeez. I was like, where did they go? Gosh. Okay. I can dig it.
I have Oregon at number 1.
I can
just because Dan Lanning reloaded. They have the probably I would say preseason top 3 quarterback returning.
Yeah.
In most people's eyes, I guess. Maybe not mine necessarily, but he's going to be good. And I mean, they have a semi-capable pretender at backup quarterback now over at Oregon that likes to pretend he's someone he's not. But whatever. I wonder if they're going to let him have 15 too.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
That'll be interesting. But no, I really think that Oregon, in my opinion, probably is the favorite to win the Big Ten this year. As of right now, and I don't think that's going to change until probably they meet Ohio State. That probably won't change. I think it'll be a collision course with them in Ohio State this season.
I can see it,
and then it's a domino effect for Ohio State after that. Unfortunately, for them.
Yeah, the way that their team is built, I just think, again, they're going to be very strong throughout the season.
Right.
And you might suffer a loss in season. I do think, like you said, Ohio State could easily lose 2 or more, depending on the schedule. I mean, the schedule's tough. I mean, that's not saying Ohio State's a bad team. It's just,
no, it's not.
It's a gauntlet.
It's a gauntlet. It's a tough one.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Trev.
I swear, dude. I swear. My God. Who the hell is your number 1? And I swear on everything holy, I quit.
It's Notre Dame.
Motherfucker.
For me, it is Notre Dame. Why? I hate them. I'm not a home. I can't stay in Notre Dame. But I think this team has the roster to do it. Last year, they had 2 early losses with a brand new quarterback. And I'm telling you, I think CJ Carr is a fantastic quarterback. He's accurate. He's smart with the ball, and he's got more development coming. I'm telling you, I've got Notre Dame, and you look at their schedule. I know we're not doing predictive, but they should make it a run straight at 12-0 with the roster that they've brought back. The key pieces that they went out and got in the transfer portal, weapons for him. I like what this team has. They brought in some D linemen to help plug up and shore up the middle. Edge rusher. I mean, this is going to be a good team next year, guys. I know I get the stigma around them not being a conference, all that. Trust me, it bugs the shit out of me. But when I look at this team, they are loaded. They've got a quarterback that I like better than Gunnar Stockton. I like CJ Carr better than Dante Moore. I'd take him over Julian Sand probably. And I think they're good. I think those are all good guys too. I'm not saying they're not. I just really like CJ Carr's game. I don't know. I'm sorry, Trevor. Let me.
I love you. I love you, but I fucking hate you right now.
I'm not trying to be stupid here. I'm overthinking this. I literally think they're it.
Oh man. I'm not angry with you with the pick necessarily, but I am at the same time. So it's a very confusing scenario for myself.
I understand. Trust me, when I'm looking at this, I was flip-flopping. I've got like scribbles on my page trying to get, and I was like, I don't want to do this, but I feel like I have to.
Honestly, like if you were to tell me where do you think Notre Dame would finish by the end of the season, like I was like, if they aren't undefeated, they're fucking losers.
Oh, they
like straight up.
They've got 3 games that are tough if you want to, on their roster, but even then. I was forced to say this.
Oh,
I had to pay a hefty fee. No, listen. No, I just like this team. I like CJ Carr. I know they lost Jeremiah Love, running back, but
I know no one wants to hear this though, but to be truthful, running backs can be replaced.
They can.
If you recruit well, it's not as easy. Jeremiah Love is a generation. He's a very, very, very good running back. One of my favorites to watch play, even though I hated the team he was on. However, you can find similar running backs with the downhill mindset, a la Justice Haynes, which I was really surprised that Notre Dame didn't take a swing at Justice Haynes, honestly.
Yeah. Or maybe they tried to, but the money was too much. I don't know. To me, I feel like they have.
I feel like they could get whatever they want,
unless they had to pay too much for Quincy Porter from Ohio State. But
probably so.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I like what they got. I can see why they'd be left, further back. Trev, I do.
Right.
I just like CJ Carr a lot. I think he's a really good quarterback. Now, if these projections are anything like last year, if you're in the top couple, like what we said with Penn State and Clemson, you guys are screwed. So, maybe it's a good thing I put them up there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure. We'll go. We're
trying to fry them.
We'll go with that. We're going to frame it that way.
For any watching, I just saw it. Trevor, breaking news for Ole Miss is that Trinidad Chambliss, his appeal was denied for a 6th year. So
that's because they're about to get sanctioned.
Yeah, they're about to send them back to the Stone Age for the tampering. But no, I just saw that and I was like, ooh, that's a tough hit for Ole Miss. And the hits just keep coming. We'll talk about them here shortly after the Mensah update that we're about to hit.
Exactly right.
Again, let us know, guys, your top 10 way too early. Again, this is not our final rankings. We're going to go through all of the, the preseason previews and everything that we do, and we're going to break it down at that point.
Yeah, I'm having PTSD moments about that.
Yeah, it's a grind.
It is a
grind. But again, let us know your thoughts.
We do it for you.
We do it for the love of the game and for you clowns. All right. Darian Mensah, we talked about him with Miami and how he immediately makes them a contender. There was a moment there that they weren't going to know if he was going to be able to commit. They had maybe it wasn't a restraining order, like what somebody else just got today. But they still had some injunctions going on through court. And then finally it was able to pass through. They haven't shown the details. I've been trying to read more and see anything about it today. I didn't see anything else on the actual details, Trevor, of how they got this deal worked out. I haven't been able to find
anything.
But we know that there's some exchange between Duke and Miami.
Money changing hands is what I would say to that.
They reached a settlement. If you guys didn't watch, and that that already means both parties are getting something. Hey, Miami's like, look, we need this fucking guy at quarterback. He's already said he wants to come here. Do you really want to deal with him coming back? After all this, what do you think of the situation, Trev? I mean,
it's a sticky, it's a crazy situation. Look, at the end of the day, even though Darian Mensah tried to do Duke dirty and still kind of did, really. However, there is no rule against him entering his name in on the last day.
Yeah.
There's nothing, even the last hour of the portal being open, there's no rule. The only reason that Duke pitched a fucking fit is one, they signed an agreement with him, but it's not a binding one per every other judge because it's not a profit share deal, from what I understand about it, at least.
Yeah.
And they pitched a fit because, well, you should have done it earlier so we could go get somebody else. I was like, well, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
That's not how the transfer portal works.
It's a savage move from Mensah, but you can do that.
That's not how the transfer portal works. So in a lot of ways, other than if Duke was my team, I'd be super bitter about this.
Yeah.
I'd be super bitter. But outside looking in, I'm kind of more on the Mensah side than anything else because it's his option to leave if he so chooses. And as long as he put the paperwork in prior to the portal closing, that's it. That's the done deal.
Yeah.
He's wanting to transfer.
And we mentioned this in the last episode. Like, I don't mind Duke pursuing not charges, excuse me, like a lawsuit just to protect themselves financially.
Right.
Like even that way. You got to get your money back somehow. Hey, you've already paid, you're paying him for next year, and then he just leaves. And you're like, well, hold on now. I paid you money for a 2-year contract, and you're not going to live out that contract. I need some money back. Like, I got to go buy a new guy, or at least hold it for next season, something. So I get it. It's all worked out now. Mensah is officially signed with Miami. That, to me, immediately propels them into contender status. Because if they didn't get him, they were, in my opinion, fucked. With the hard F, they were they were fucked. But I mean, it worked out for them, and Duke seems to have settled and got some money back. Probably Miami, I'm sure, paid whatever they needed to pay to get this issue resolved in a timely manner.
Exactly.
But we'll see. The other side. Anything else on Mensah, Trev?
Not really. I mean, really, now that it's all said and done and over with, I really do still feel like Duke kind of made themselves look kind of with all the fighting and everything. But
yeah.
I feel like it was wasted energy.
Yeah.
Because if even somehow you were able to keep Mensah on your roster, you think you were going to get his 110%?
Yeah. That's what I'm curious how it's going to look for Washington with DeMond Williams.
I know.
Same situation, not as deep into the process.
Yeah.
But once DeMond Williams saw that, oh, hey, you guys are taking my ass to court. No, I'm going to go right back to Washington. I love it here. My bad, everybody.
Or maybe he'll just play out of his mind crazy good.
Could you imagine?
Just to be like, I owe you guys.
Or he tanks their whole season, just throws picks left and right.
Exactly. I don't know.
If you want to be the saltiest son of a bitch around, that's how you operate.
That's right.
But either way, the last one, we just mentioned it with Ole Miss in this Clemson saga. Dabo brought the receipts. He dropped everything. This wasn't just agents talking and collaborating to try and see, hey, my client really wants to move. Whatever, that's allowed. This is
calling and texting
during class. He has the receipts. He brought them up, and right now they're not the only ones that are bringing up issues against.
Are not. They are certainly
Ole Miss,
not.
Fresno,
good old Fresno State. Yep,
yeah,
Fresno State. Yep, and they have receipts.
They do.
They also have provided receipts to the NCAA. So NCAA, the ball's in your court. Are you going to really fuck up the whole college football world by not doing anything? Because truthfully, Brendan, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If they do not do anything and do not slap them with some sort of playoff ban for at least a season, and find the coaches in the school for conduct against NCAA policies, whatever, because there is a policy, no matter which way you slice it, there is a policy for coaches and administrators contacting another school student athlete.
Yeah.
I believe they're enrolled with the other school.
If I remember correctly.
It's a level 2 NCAA violation. So at minimum, they are going to get slapped with that twice.
Yeah.
Because Fresno State and Clemson, they're going to get hit double time with that.
Yeah.
Now the question remains, and this is what I kind of mentioned. I think I mentioned it among our friend group. I think that there should be massive penalties to the head coach, massive penalties to the NIL ability to use ability to use whatever the money grab that LSU has or Ole Miss has,
right?
And suspend basically anyone involved for half the season, type of thing. Like, make it hurt Ole Miss badly.
Yeah, this is the stuff where you've got to enforce
This is
these
a draw
rules.
the line in
Otherwise,
the
it's
sand.
never going to stop.
Yeah, this is the draw the line in the sand situation for the NCAA.
Yes, and this isn't a gray area. This isn't a thing. Well, they're skirting the rules. No, this literally says you can't tamper. You can't do that. People are doing it all across the country. We know it. All these teams are. But there's a difference in, when the portal's open and all that stuff, and agents again are conversing, because players have agents too, and they can reach out. Hey, is your school considering, bringing me in? And then this is a coach and a staff reaching out to a player directly while
that was not interested in you at all.
Yeah, and then you're offering more money, like bribing him. Hey, come on. I know I can give you more.
Yep.
So I want to see what the NCAA does. We know that they've lost a ton of teeth over the years, lawsuits left and right. People are trying to find the legality and everything, and it's just kind of a mess. But I mean, Ole Miss, you're in trouble with this. I don't know where it'll go. I'm sure some fines might be coming down the pike. Maybe like a game or two suspension. I can't imagine how much it'll be. But I feel like there's got to be something done. And then outside of that, the NCAA just said, fuck you. You're not getting Trinidad Chambliss. So maybe that's more of a hammer than anything else, recruiting restrictions. Because you can't really stop. You can't kill scholarships anymore. No, they're not even on scholarships. They get paid.
No.
And so scholarships reductions aren't shit.
I don't know. Is it in the NCAA's purview to limit the roster size overall? Whoever.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that.
It's in their purview.
That'd be something, but
that'd be something to be like, instead of 70 players on your roster, you can only have 52.
Because they made it just a 105-man roster limit. So it used to be 85 scholarship players, remember? And now it's now you can just have 105 players on your team, and effectively you get rid of the walk-on name and all that type of stuff. Which they still are. They're still walk-ons, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with Ole Miss, and anything that comes out, we'll talk about it.
Right.
Trev, I think it's time.
I think it is time.
It's time for some mailbag.
There's a letter in your mailbox.
He's been waiting.
I've been waiting.
Letter in the mailbox. Letter in the DMs. Don't tell my wife, boys. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we had a couple of questions come in from the mail hotline, and the first one was talking about patches on uniforms. Trevor, what the hell is that all about?
I saw an interview with Ross Bjork, the AD at Ohio State, saying they are in conversation with corporate sponsorships to potentially have a sponsor on the front of the Ohio State uniform.
Yeah.
Now, if that's a game day uniform, if that's the game day uniform they'd be wearing during the games, oh my God, I'm 100% against that.
Yeah.
Like, in every way, shape, or form, I'm against that.
I've seen a lot of talk about it from Ohio State fans, and the NCAA did approve this action.
Yes, they
by
did.
the way.
Yeah, they approved it.
If you guys weren't tracking it, NCAA said, hey, we're cool with it. You guys fire away, do your thing. So I'm sure we're going to see some teams have some sponsorship deals.
I mean, you kind of are already seen it a little bit. Like, if you may notice this year, you're going to see some stuff on the field. You're going to see a sponsor or two on the field. I think some names that come to mind. I know Georgia Tech has a sponsorship logo on their field. There's a couple others that will do it. Odds are a lot of the middle teams, like a Georgia Tech, like maybe Kansas State, low tier teams, Oh,
you dropped that in it. You got me saying, yep. For those watching, one of our good friends at KSU, he's a KSU fan, and they've got this rivalry going between Trevor and it's fantastic.
It's awesome. It's too much fun.
Low
I love him to
death.
I love him to death. But anyway,
oh my gosh.
But no, I would definitely see. I could definitely see like even like a team like a West Virginia getting some sponsors on the field to help with recruits, with the transfer portal, with everything like that. Doesn't mean I like it, but I'd rather it be on the field than on the uniforms.
Yeah, field for sure. Uniforms, it sucks, but it's gonna happen. It happened with the NHL, like even the Red Wings. They got Meyer on their helmets and like whatever else, and it bugs me, but it's gonna happen. I can't see certain teams doing it. Like I don't see Alabama having the need to do it. I can't see Michigan having the need to do it.
It surprises me that OSU has the reason.
Yeah, and that's where
the need to do it.
Buckeye fans weren't happy from what I was reading. Like, hey, what the fuck, dude? No, not our jersey. It's Ohio State. We don't need that.
Yeah.
Let other teams do that shit. Let Purdue fucking do that.
Yeah.
Let goddamn Arizona go do that. Not us. I don't know.
I feel that, I would love to hear the opinions of some of the fans of top schools. Like, imagine a Notre Dame trying to put a sponsor on a jersey. Holy hell, that whole fan base would blow up.
Yeah. That's close. We'll never hear from Brendan, who has the best uniforms ever again. Hey, listen, it's Go Blue. It's always been Go Blue. Debate a wall. But listen, it's an interesting concept. I know it's going to help some teams.
It will help some teams, yes.
And if that helps them, good for them. But I don't want to see it on iconic uniforms.
I don't want to see it on any. I don't want to see it on any uniform, honestly. Have them put sponsors on maybe the spring game jersey. Boom. Yeah. And then that jersey goes away.
Sell them or some shit. I don't know.
Auction them off and sell them to the highest bidder. I don't care.
Boy, I'll tell you who I bet's gonna have them quick. It's gonna be fucking Colorado and old
guaranteed.
Old Prime gonna have that shit on there quick. I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys. The other one, Trev, was about the college football playoff schedule. The other mailbag. Yeah. And the question is basically, what do you think of this? The gap between playoff games. And you have the graphic, right, Trev?
I do, and I'm just gonna say it. I fucking hate it. It's fucking stupid as fuck. So those of you that are watching, check this out here real quick.
Look at these dates for the 2026 and 27 playoff games and 27-28 playoff games. The conference championship games are played on December 5th, guys. The last week of games is in the end of November.
Yep.
Look at the gap there. December 30th would be the quarterfinals. The first round would be 2 weeks before that.
There is nothing I hate about it. I think I hate this more than last year's scenarios.
It's pushed even further to the right. Everybody screaming, we need to shift the schedule to the left. There's no reason to have this go any further right. You're pushing into the next semester. The national championship game is going to be like damn quarter way through the new semester and the new school year.
Yep.
Ridiculous, guys. Absolutely insane. And so you're talking about 20 days for teams playing in the first round that did not play in the conference championship game. So whoever plays in the first round, if they didn't make their conference championship game or whatever, that's 20 days between your last game, the 12th game of the season, and the first playoff game. For conference champions or whoever played in the conference championship, it's 25 days between the conference championship and the goddamn the first round or the quarterfinal round that you're in. It's insane gap.
It is. It's crazy.
It doesn't make any sense to me, guys. Who is making these decisions? Who the fuck is running this show? Does anybody know? Can anybody tell me that?
At this point, I feel like since his bad ideas get worse, his good ideas are so bad that I feel like it's the Big Ten commissioner. Like at this point, fucking his bad ideas are fucking bad.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, thank God that he's got such a bad idea that the SEC is like, fuck no, we're not.
Dude, that's fucking an idiotic fucking. That's so stupid.
Maybe he's running this 4D chess scheme where he's like, hey, look, we're gonna do something so bad that we stay at 12. You know, it's like we're gonna do it so bad so we don't change. I don't know, guys.
I don't know. Some reverse psychology bullshit.
The solutions are so simple, guys.
So crazy.
To push this thing to the left to either end on the 1st of January or the 8th. It doesn't need much else changing. Army, Navy, you're going to have to change a little bit. It doesn't have to be drastic. There's some changes that can be done. But, guys, we've got to figure something out. At least there's people in the national media talking about it. Thank God.
Yeah.
But we need somebody to make a change here. I don't know when it'll happen or what'll happen, but we'll see. Trev, anything else on this or anything?
Oh, man, I think we're good to start wrapping her up.
Yeah, and guys, we appreciate you guys listening, of course, and we hope you go subscribe if you're watching on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Go subscribe to our YouTube, please. That helps us a lot. And we comment on there. We can see your comments on there, and we want to hear it. We want to talk to you guys. So shoot us a subscription. And Trev, we'll let you take the rest of the way.
And as you can see up top, everybody down below, Substack is where you can catch Brendan and a few of our other guys that are contributing with the writing of different topics and group of 5 teams. You can go check that out, subscribe there and check it out. It's a pretty cool read, and sometimes and Brendan does a good job of managing it with the couple other writers that we got. Nice. Instagram, we're still working on growing Instagram, so if you want to go try and follow us there, that's our tag at Kicking It with the Grid. And obviously Facebook, and we do also, our podcast is on all podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the fun stuff. So guys, as always, we truly appreciate you guys, and we're going to try and do, Brandon, what would you say, probably try and do a show every other week, or depending on the news cycles. And
it depends on the news cycle, and we've got a whole bunch of other mailbag questions to get to. This one, we're kind of running short on time, and we'll get to a bunch more next week.
That's right.
And we'll put those out on socials. So probably once a week, maybe once every other, depending on the news cycle, until we get into the season previews, and that's when it's a goddamn grind, boys.
It'll probably be sometime after Brendan's crazy
I've got a lot of trips this year.
Weddingcation thing late in February. So sometime after that, we'll probably start kicking that off.
Yes.
And March or April, maybe.
Hey guys, I know the off season gets dull, but come follow us, stay with us. And also spring ball's coming up not too far from now. March is when Michigan starts anyway. So we'll see you guys around. Make sure you follow. We'll see you then.
Take it easy, everybody.